Sometimes you read the paper and watch the news, and it seems like there's more bad news than good in the world. But you know what? It's just not true.
Coming to public television, Public Advocates, a California nonprofit that uses the power of the law to create positive social change. It is happening on two levels: in individual communities like Palo Alto, where they partnered with local community groups to challenge Facebook to address its impact on housing and gentrification. And they are helping to inspire systemic change called the Local Control Funding Formula, giving rise to better educational opportunity to thousands of children across the state.
There is no such thing as power with legs moving around in the universe. It exists within people, and the ability of people to exercise that through their individual actions and their collective actions.
For me, I see how we struggle as parents, to even want to find, what is going to be the best opportunity for Kaya. And then for myself as an advocate, the opportunities that I want for Kaya, that's the opportunities that all our kids deserve.
In this organization, Angelica is, I would call her part of the conscience of public advocates, to make sure that we stay true to our mission and to our way of working, that we remain authentic to being powerful advocates that work in solidarity with others.
Being a parent just brings my work into just even greater alignment with my values. It gives me insight, particularly because my daughter just started kindergarten. It's my first time really being part of a school community since I graduated high school. So to be able to experience a school as a parent and really remind myself what a complex organization even just one public school is.
Local Control Funding Formula, which became law in July of 2013 in California, is really the result of a multi-year effort that included organizing, it included litigation, and it included a lot of policy and budget work to try to create the conditions that would allow this change to happen, which included more equitable funding for schools based on student need. It had a central component that was around local decision-making with the engagement of community, which mattered significantly to the community partners.
More than 10 years invested in really understanding how the school funding system was not designed to serve our higher need kids. We made people have a real investment in wanting to change that system, and then being able to put that time in and then win a law that actually codifies family engagement and student engagement and school climate as a priority for the state. Those are huge things that would never have been won if students and families were not raising their voice up in Sacramento.
Facebook Project is a great example of the both community partnership and creative legal strategies that Public Advocates employs. We got involved because multiple community members that we had relationships with from other campaigns came to us and said, we're already facing a huge community crisis of unaffordable rents, evictions, gentrification, and having this giant corporation move in next door is going to exacerbate those problems that we're facing.
We wanted to make sure that they understood the impact they were going to create on the people as they moved in. And sometimes when you're in a place of privilege, you don't get to see that view and understand that very well. Public Advocates had our back in a way of making sure that we were able to go to this negotiating table where there was a disequilibrium of power coming to the table.
Low-income people of color are systematically disempowered. They never have a seat at the table in serious decision-making, and if they do, their needs are sloughed off as less important.
And Facebook, they understood that they needed to listen to what was being brought to the table. We were able to actually hear each other in a way that was real.
The community groups in East Palo Alto that we represented and Facebook entered into a partnership. Monetarily, the partnership was close to $20 million. Most of that money was going into a fund to build and preserve affordable housing for very low and low-income people. And I think the other piece of the agreement that was really essential was a commitment both from Facebook and from the community groups to work very closely together.
The work that they did to not just practice law, but practice life and taking care of my family just affected me in a way to where I wanted to pay it forward.
It's transformative for us as lawyers because we become more powerful and effective and inspired by being able to work hand in hand with community groups.
Lawyers can't change everything by themselves. There are many lawsuits that have resulted in great victories that were implemented well and have transformed our society. And there are many others who were paper victories. To really win systemic change, long-term structural change, you need to harness the power of everybody. When you invest in people taking action together, you're creating change that will last a lifetime.